everyone, welcome back. Of course, I hope you're already in for some new DIY inspiration. If you're new here and you see me for the first time, welcome. My name is Yanni and I'm doing this all about Christmas channel. I keep it short. On this channel you will find seasonal DIYs and daily decor DIYs, so enough to see. Do you want to see even more DIYs? Come on over to my description box. There you find all the links for our DIY channels, so go check it out. And if you like this content, of course, I hope you will subscribe to my channel, because subscribing doesn't cost you anything, and give me a thumbs up. Enough talking for today. I'm going to take out my tumbling tile blocks again. Of course, I hope you join me. And if you're only here for watching, of course, have fun watching. For this DIY, we need our blocks, we need some furniture wax or some paint, but of course you can choose anything you like. I have my glue gun, I have my wood glue, a scissor, some brush, and of course our glue sticks. These are a little bit the main pieces what we will need, and later on we are going to need some greenery at your choice. But first we're going to make the base. For our planter box we are going to first make the back side, and the back side will be, of course, first 3 blocks against each other like this, and this is 1, and we're going to do the third one, and we are going to make 2 pieces of this one, at least for the under part, and we're going to do again another one and place them against each other like this, and the third block, and again squeeze them together, and we move the glue. And of course look also at the sides or the back side before you go glue further, that every glue is vanished, because later on you get not a nice side, especially because everything is not gluing perfectly together, because you have a little piece of glue on top of there. What we're going to do now, we're going to take middle pieces, and we are going to do 5 of them at the end, in the middle, and of course over here like this. So at the end, over here, and 1 in the middle, and of course I need 1 extra. I already did it almost almost wrong. I have to be sure this one is here and this one is coming over here this way. So we need in between 7 pieces like this, and I'm not going to do it with some glue of my glue gun, no, this time, because I want to be sure that it sits perfectly tight inside of each other. So then I'm going to do some wood glue on both of the sides this way, and just leave them over here, and in a moment we're going to glue them together, and over here and this way. It takes a little bit moment of your time, but later the DIY will go a little bit faster. So but I want to be sure that you have this part also, and this, and let me know in the comments down below if you also going to make this one, because this one is a really so welcome planter is a really nice thing. So I'm going to place 1 over here this way, and we're going to do 1 over here, we're going to do 1 in the middle, 1 over here, and this one in between, and this one over here, and this one still needs to go inside of here. And then we're going to take this part and we are going to place it off here, and just try to get it as tight as you can, and squeeze it a little moment until your wood glue attached, everything to get attached. I hope at least everything will stick together. Of course, the only bad thing about wood glue, everything goes is it not dry, everything goes every way around. But of course I let it dry, and then we're going to do the back side, a couple of them on top. You see already I made 2 of them. I made the one I did with you, and I made the same one again also for the back side and the front side. What we're going to do, now going to do the two side panels. Before we glue it together, of course, the back side will be a little bit higher, but that we do in a moment. The two side panels we need for our planter box will be very easy. We just take one block over here, one block over here, and of course we only do two in the middle and not on the sides. Now we do only do them over here and like this. So it's very easy. Just do some glue on the ends again, like we did with the front panel, and just let it go into the wood a little bit because the wood is very dry, and I let the glue a little bit inside, and we are going to give it a nice space in between and this way, and then we are going to squeeze it, and we let this dry also. And I'm going to make the second one, but I think you already know how to make this one because this is so easy. The only thing what is taking your time is you do it with some wood glue. But of course, a lot of friends always say already that some pieces are falling apart, and that's not what you want. That's why I did this time also for the wood glue. And I have to look if I have them. The opening is a little bit smaller over here. We have to make two at the same side panels like this. Squeeze it and press it and let it dry. We have already our front panel, we have our back panel, we have our side, so we already have a one box. What we're going to do right now, we are going to make the bottom before we finish off the back side. We are just going to do some glue, and we're going to make a piece of 4, and this is number 3. And now we're going to do a number 4 like this, and we are going to make 3 pieces of 4. So this is very easy. This is number 2, number 3, and of course, like I always say, if you don't want to see how I make it, I totally understand. Just go forward. Of course, I hope you stay and watch. That's always the nice thing, but of course I totally understand your time is precious, and sometimes I really like talking. So, and this is number 3, and the last one of our bottom will be in number 4 like this, and we are going to place them against each other. But of course, before we take away our glue and also the sides, look carefully always at the sides of your panels before you're going to glue it together. This is really smooth. This one also, this one, and this one. A little glue here, over here, and this one is also very smooth. And then go look which is fitting the best on top of each other. You see here, he is fitting, but he has to be real tight like this. And now I'm going to take my wood glue, and again very easily do some wood glue on the sides like this, and I'm going to do this side, and I squeezed a little bit in so it goes a little bit in the wood, just with the top of your wood glue. Just massage it, at least rub it in. Here in the Netherlands we call it wrijf het in. So here we call it a little bit different, and we are going to place this one also against each other. And again, we let this dry for an hour. We are going further with the back side of our welcome planter, and what we're going to do, we are going to glue on each side of this time on the same length we did with the blocks in between. We are going to glue them over here. So just take your glue from your glue gun and just glue it over here like this. Remove the glue, and so we go each and every block. I do this one with the glue of my glue gun, but of course you can use it with some wood glue. I'm going to go for this one. and this is away the glue. And we're going to do the next one, and we just squeeze it in here, and again remove your glue immediately. And of course the middle one, and these a little bit farther out of each other. You see here I did a little opening in between here, a little bit wider, because that's, I think I like that a little bit better, but of course you can do anything you like. I'm going to do this one. We are going only 2 pieces, and we already finished with this one. And a little oversized like here. And the last piece, and you see how easy is this. And the corner. And now already we have the back side a little bit higher. We are going to take 3 blocks. We are going to do on the tops some glue and place them against each other like this. And another piece, so we get a piece of 3. And what we're going to do, I have to get it off my table and remove the back side, the glue, and on the front side, because like this, now you have already 1 of 2, and we are going to glue this one not totally in the middle, but a little bit higher. But I have to be sure that my glue is gone. Please take your time for that. I can't say it enough, because it will make your DIY a lot easier if you work away your glue. I know it sounds very, very boring. I know, I hear me saying it every time and time again, but my experience learns that take your time for removing your glue, and everything is fitting much better. Sometimes I'm also in a hurry and I'm not always very careful how I do it. So of course first I have to get my piece off my table. I have to be careful like this. Yeah, there he is. And you see, this is already the back piece, and now we're going to glue this one a little bit above. And of course I can do that also with some wood glue to be sure that also the parts of this part is gluing better together. So I think I'm going to go for that. So I'm doing a little drop over here, over here, over here. This is a little bit too much, too little, and here, and here. And now I have to be sure, I have to look right if not everything is the same size, because the blocks are sometimes missing his size. And now I'm going to glue it on top of here. And of course let it dry for a couple of, this is a couple of minutes until half an hour. And then we're going to further for the last piece of the back side. And then we already have everything already glued together. We only need to put everything in a container like this. So this piece is almost dried up. What we're going to do, I'm going to take 1 block and I'm going to glue it again on this one this way, and I'm going to get it off my mat and I'm going to glue this one on this side. But I wait for a little moment, because first I'm going to make 1 of 3, and this is a number 1, and this will be a number 3. And again squeeze it and let it dry. This way, and you see already, if I show it to you, this, you see already how offline this one is, because here he is closing in and here he is not. But we are going to work with it. We are going to make a little, I don't know, I have to show it to you this way. I'm going to do some glue over here and I'm over here and we place the two piece on the on the back side of the three piece. I hope I say it right in English. So I'm going to do some glue over here, and I'm going to place this one. I have to look, of course I'm laying this like this. I think I need, and I'm going to remove the glue because I was a little bit too high, and squeeze it and press it down. And this is what I mean. You get this, the two piece is on the back side of the three piece, and we are going to glue this one on here, and I will do this with some wood glue because I want to be sure that this one stays in place. And here you see already how our back side of our crate or planter will turn out. And what we're going to do, because we are going to need here a a space in between because we are going to do here some welcome on top of here. So what we're going to do, we are going to take our blocks and we are going to do all 6 of them, because I think if I measure out, I think it can have 6 blocks. Yes, it's totally fine to use 6 blocks. So we are going to do 6 blocks in a row. Just squeeze them, press them down, and just make your little sign tag, just how you call it. And then you can do a welcome. Oh, yeah, you can do, of course, any word on top of there. You can choose, and you can use planter, you can place greenery on top of it. It doesn't matter, just do whatever you think is right. And we are going to do this, and we're going to glue this one together like this. And now we have a nice little sign which we are going to make, of course, on top of this one with 2 little blocks. So I did take out of my bag with all of half blocks like this. I took 2 of them and I just measured out if they were one and the same. We are going to glue one over here on this piece. Of course, I will show it to you. I will do some glue and I'm going to place it. Of course, I have to lay it down or else it doesn't fit this way. And I'm going to do, of course, some glue on this side, and I'm going to place it again over here and squeeze it and press it down. And then you get, if I get it at least on my table, at least, so you see, this is what you get. And now, of course, you also can do some little hooks and of course turn them inside of your top, and then do some piece of twine and just make a hanger. But I'm going for this way, and I'm going to glue it in between here like this. I almost made a mistake and I already would glue this on top of our welcome planter, but of course I was on time. So what I'm going to do, you're going to take this piece, we are going to place this up, and we are going to glue this one, of course, this way against each other. We are going to glue this one on the side, and we're going to glue this one against it. So we get already our planter. I am going to use my wood glue because it sticks a little better. I'm going to place my can, because he is heavy. I'm going to place it against here, and I'm going to give some glue on the ends and on this end, and of course on this end and this end. And I'm going to do the same with this piece. On all 4 corners we are going to do some wood glue, and we are going to place it. Well, already I doing it this way, so I hope you can see it also. like this. So you can also get an idea how he is glued to each other. And of course, I already make a big mess, but don't worry, we will be okay. And we are going to glue this one on here. And now you can work with it so you get nice corners on each side. And just take your time for it and just measure out. And now you still have the time with the wood glue to fix everything. So I will let this dry. You see already the frame was dried up, and it is easier just to lay your frame just flat on the back side and just do the sides and the sides over here and the top over here, and then you can very easily place also the bottom against the side. Do some glue around it and of course lay it on top of here, and now let it dry for at least 1.5 hours. And when it's dry, I show it to you a little bit better. And everything is dried up right now. I can show it to you a little bit better. This is the bottom. And what I found out, because I was first doing the back side, the front side and the sides and just place it this way, but I thought I still need to do the bottom. So that's why it's better just to lay the back side just this way. You do the side panels and this way you just lay on here. You do the front on top of here because it can rest on the sides, and place immediately your bottom against it and then let it dry. And that's why I did the cans on top of here. But if you are not gluing with wood glue and you just do it with your glue gun, you don't have to do that, because glue from your glue gun is of course drying up in seconds. So that's why, but I am going to prefer the wood glue for this one, because when you're going to pull things inside, it does come out a little bit, and with wood glue most of the time it breaks open, and then it's very sad because then you did your DIY for nothing, and that's not what we want. We want to keep it for a long time. So I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to go to my computer. I measured it out what I need, and I'm going to make a very easy, simple little tag for on top of here. And you can find the tag, of course, if you want to use it in our free printables. I place it in this channel, of course, also in the description box, and in every channel you will find it in the description box. So I will make them and I'm going to cut it out. And here you see the little tag I made. I made it this one very easy, just with some black, some white and some flowers. And I just did the word garden. But if you want to do word welcome or something else, you are free to do. But for everyone who enjoys this one, like I said earlier, you can find it there. I'm going to go cut it out and I'm going to Mod Podge it on the little sign. I did cut out my little tag, and of course I'm going to Mod Podge it on top of here. I used the piece of paper which come off of my that was already, my brush was flying around. So I'm going to do some Mod Podge on the back side, but of course do the Mod Podging the way you think it's right, because I probably do it much different than a lot of you, so don't worry about it. Just do it the way you think it's right. Like this. And I'm going to go over this one and I'm going to turn it over, or else I have it on the wrong side, and I'm going to place it in the middle. And of course I try to get it, not to get the Mod Podge on my picture, because I don't want the matte finish to go lost. So it's very easy. I know you see it backwards, but of course this is just my telephone, I always say. So I let this dry, and I'm going to go now to my planter, and I'm going to do everything in the furniture wax. Of course, choose any color if you like, green or brown, something which is fitting for your look, or white, maybe chalk paint white, distressing. Do whatever you think it's white. I'm going to go for the wax finish. For waxing, I use a very cheap brand furniture wax, and I get a lot of questions about it, which wax I use, but this is just simple furniture wax. If you go to any store, which country you're from, you can find it really anywhere. Just don't pay a lot of things, just use the home brand, because It doesn't matter if you have an expensive brand or a home brand, you just use it to wax. So I always say don't pay too much. And I'm going to do everything in some furniture wax. Of course, I'm going to start the inside of my planter. But I won't bore you with that. I do it a little bit faster. You see, I'm almost finished with putting everything in the furniture bag, but I did weight it with the top because I need to glue this one still on top of here. And if I do it with some wax in front of already, then it doesn't glue anymore. So I'm going to glue this first on the back side of this frame. I have to, like this. And then I'm going to do the rest also in furniture wax. And this little sign, I also glue with some wood glue, and this is so easy to do. You just do some wood glue over here, like this. And now you only have to lay down your piece on the place you want to have it, like this. I want to be sure that I have it on the right spot. And I'm going to, and that's the great thing about wood glue, you still can change it up like this. And now I let it dry. Our little tag is dried up, you see already, and now I'm going to finish the rest of it, my furniture wax. So everything is in the furniture wax and I let it dry for a little half hour. And now I'm going to take some paper kitchen towel and I'm just going to go over the pieces and just wipe away the wax I don't need, because or else your hands are always full of the wax. So don't make a smooth surface and just go over it, and as long as you think it is the right color. And then we are going to, in a moment, we're going to decorate it. Our planter is finished and I'm going to start the decorating. And what I'm going to do, I have in my stash a couple of these little kind cute birdhouses. And of course, I will remove the little piece of twine. You can very easily pull it inside and just take it out. And of course, I'm going to remove the sticker and then I'm going to paint it in the white chalk paint. I use the very cheap brand chalk paint, and of course I give it all of them a light color of white chalk paint, and maybe later I will do some wax on the roof only to give it a little bit more like a rustic look, but I have to see how I like it when it's totally in the white color. So I will finish this off. I painted my birdhouse in the white color. I also take a little piece of a tumbling tile block. This is I think 1/3, so not totally the half, but a little bit smaller, but it doesn't matter, the half is fine also. And I'm going to paint this one also in the white color because we are going to need it on the back side of this birdhouse. Maybe you have a birdhouse which is flat on the back side, then you can glue it very easily against the side, but mine has two little pieces on the back side of the roof and on the bottom, so I can glue it on top of here. That wouldn't be study. So if you also have a birdhouse just like mine, just take a little piece of tumbling tile block, paint it also in the white color, and then glue it on the birdhouse, and then we glue it on the side. The birdhouse and my little block is dried up. I'm going to do some glue on the back side of our block, and I'm going to place it exactly in the middle where I want to have it, like this, and I'm going to squeeze it and press it down. So you see, you have a nice holding for on the back side, and now we can glue it very easily on top of here. And I'm going to squeeze and make sure that everything is dried up. I'm going to do some glue on the back side of this block, and now I'm going to glue it a little bit higher than this block, and I'm going to try to get it in the middle, and I hope I have it in a straight line, but you never know. Like this. And you see, now already the birdhouse is on the side. And now we only need to decorate the inside, and of course that's just personal privilege. I show you only my idea, but do whatever you think is right. On On my table I have different kind of greenery. I have some lavender because I am really into lavender this spring and summer. Some baby breath little pieces, some greenery garland. I don't really don't know how this greenery is called. I use this as a base and I have little couple of pieces. I have some piece of boxwood, of course. This was also a garland. I rip it apart. And this was a fern from IKEA. It was a plant, but I ripped this one also apart because when you buy one plant and you already have more things to decorate with, and this plant from IKEA was normally $4.99, but I saw already that they already did go up to $8.99, at least here in the Netherlands. It's really absurd. So what a price for one little plant of a fern, $8.99. It is really too much. So I always use little pics of this one. I'm going to take a piece of garland from this thing and I'm going to go place it like a base inside. So I have a little bit of sturdiness inside and it gives some filling. And this one also over here, just squeeze it in and you can let it come out a little, yeah, not too much. I'm going to take a piece of fern, a little bit with the lighter tops. I don't know if you can see it, that it is a lighter tops. I do one on this side and I'm going to do one on this side and I'm going to squeeze it under my birdhouse. You know, I really have no idea how it will look like because I'm sitting sideways. So you have to be my judge if it looks okay or not, because I can't see it. I am doing one on the front and I'm going to do a one also on the front and I'm going to pull a piece off like this. And now we have 4 pieces, 2 in the corner, bigger ones, and 2 smaller ones in the front. Of course, we are going to place some extra greenery from this greenery. We also placed inside and I'm going to let it come out on the front side like this. But the only, what I don't like on this greenery, you see the plastic pieces already over here and I don't really like that. So I try always to squeeze it in. I'm taking my pieces of my lavender and I'm just going to do one on this corner. I'm going to bend it, of course, a little bit and I'm going to do one on this corner also under the birdhouse. I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to bend it also and do one on the front, but squeeze it in very far like this. And now I'm going to take another one. I think I need this one. This is more the same. This is also not the same one. I think I have the same one over here. And like this one, I think, I hope. And I bend it again and I'm going to place it on this side. So you get a nice bunch of lavender over here. And now I'm going to take my boxwood. I'm going to rip off pieces. First 3, make a nice little bundle of it and squeeze it in over here. This is 1. Again, take 3 pieces, just rip it off. And this boxwood is, I think it's very long. You see already, this was, like I said, it was a garland, but this one is very long. Make a little bundle out of it, squeeze it together, and again, place this one on this side over here. Squeeze it in. And again, we are going to do it in the middle. And I'm not going to take 3, I'm going to take 4 to fill in a little bit more. And this one also together. And I have to make a nice bundle out of it because or else it doesn't look very nice. And squeeze it in a little bit on the front where we have our piece which is coming out and with the plastic. So I hope I can work that away. I'm going to take a little piece of course, of my lavender and I'm going to place it on the back side. Try to squeeze it in and take it down like this so it is not for in front of our piece. And I'm going to do it this way. And a couple of the loose ending of this one, also squeeze it in where you want to have it, like here, and on the back side. So I like a lot of greenery, but of course you don't have to do it. If you like more flowers or more other greenery, just go ahead, do whatever you think is right. I'm going to place some white baby breath inside, one on this side, a little bit on the back side, and one on the front over here. And for me, I think he is almost finished. And of course, you can let something come out of your, um, how you call it? Your birdhouse. How you call it? A birdhouse. So it doesn't matter. You can use some greenery. You can use some, um, of course, some boxwood if you like that. You can let it come out of here, of course. Shut it a little bit shorter, not this size. And you can do a little bit of greenery of this one. I think I'm going for the boxwood and a little piece of this one. And I'm going to cut it loose, of a little bit smaller. Loose, I don't know how it, loose is not the word. At least a little bit smaller. And I'm going to squeeze it in the birdhouse. And here you see a quick inspiration how you can decorate your garden planter. And of course, I use it inside, but you also can use it outside on your patio. You only need a couple of tumbler tile blocks, a little print and a little birdhouse, some greenery, and you already can make your own little garden planter. And you can change up, of course, for any season. For now, of course, if you like this content, I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel. If you're not subscribed, it doesn't cost you anything. And I hope you give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more DIYs, come on over to the description box. There you find the links for our DIY channel, of course, this channel, and our main channel, Deco Easy. Enough talking. I wish you all an amazing day. And of course, I hope to see you on Wednesday. Bye.